Hi, I'm Pedro Siqueira and this is my channel. What can we do on a spiritual level in addition to our habitual prayers for an extra help from the Heavenly Father in these difficult times we live in? What can we do when we face a complicated task or a hard problem? In the Old Testament, we have a good example of how to act. It's the story of the patriarch Abraham. When he was very old, he decided it was time to find a good woman for his son Isaac. Living in Canaan, a foreign land, he was sure that he had to look for a wife for his son in his homeland. But he couldn't go there himself because he was physically debilitated. So what did he do? The biblical passage of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 7, tells us that Abraham called his most loyal servant and told him this: "The Lord, the God of heaven, who took me from my father's house and the land of my kin, and who confirmed by oath the promise he then made to me, I will give this land to your descendants. He will send his messenger before you, and you will obtain a wife for my son there." This passage contains a bold statement by Abraham. He reaffirms a promise that God has made to him and mentions that the same God will send an angel to help his servant to find the ideal woman for his son Isaac. To understand better, let's see the story behind this biblical passage. The old Abraham gives the following mission to his most trusted servant, the one who managed all his goods. "Go to my homeland and there choose a good woman to become Isaac's wife. You must bring her here." The servant, concerned with the magnitude of the mission and the hypothesis of failing it, argues that even if he finds such a woman, she may not choose to follow him back to Abram's house in Canaan. It would be reasonable to find a girl in Canaan to marry Isaac. But Abraham insists that the girl must not be one of the daughters of the Canaanites, in the midst of which he lived. Imagine the servant's reaction. That mission Abraham gave him was almost impossible to accomplish. Abraham was a very intelligent man, and realizing that the servant was afraid, explained to him that God had fulfilled every promise he had made to him during his life, and told the servant that to guarantee the success of his mission, God was going to send him an angel to go ahead so that he could bring home the ideal woman to be Isaac's wife. So Abraham gave to this servant part of his wealth and some camels for the journey. The servant left. After some time, he reached Abraham's homeland. He stopped near a well so that his camels could rest. This well was outside the city where the servant should find a wife for Isaac. It was time for the women that lived in the city to go to the well to fetch water for their houses. The servant then makes a prayer to God and asks for a sign to know which of these girls was the ideal woman for the son of Abraham. The sign that he asked for was the following: the woman to be chosen should give the servant water from the well, and after that should offer him water to his camels. Immediately, an extremely beautiful girl appeared with the jug on her shoulder. Her name was Rebecca. She filled her jug in the well and started to walk back to the city. The servant of Abraham approached her and asked if she could give him some water. Rebecca gives him water from the jug, and before the servant says anything, she tells him that she's gonna get some more water from the well to give to his camels. As soon as Rebecca gives waters to the camels, the servant thanks God for the confirmation through the sign. He had found the ideal woman for Isaac. And there are some important points in this story. First, this angel. What kind of angelic being was that one sent to the servant? In my opinion, it wasn't the servant guardian angel. You know, everybody has a guardian angel, but that angel was requested by Abraham to help the servant complete this task. Therefore, it was a ministerial angel. What is a ministerial angel? The ministerial angel is an angelic being designed by God to assist a person in an important mission. For example, when a man becomes a priest, he receives from God a ministerial angel to assist him in his priestly functions, like the Mass and the confession of the people. So, the servant received from God a ministerial angel by the intercession of Abraham. It is also important to notice that the servant trusted Abraham's prayers and Abraham's God. So much so that when he arrived in the well, the first thing he did was a prayer asking for a sign from God. This kind of faith is what makes both men, the servant and Abraham, believe in the presence of an angel that will assist the servant in that mission. Another important point is that the servant had no spiritual gift. He could not see or hear the ministerial angel, but he believes in it. That's why he asks for a sign. The angels like to communicate with men through signs. I can conclude from Abraham's example that when facing crises or serious difficulties in life, we should use our faith and ask God for help. Especially, we have to ask Him to send us His angels. If you liked this video, please subscribe, give me a like and share it with your friends. I see you in the next video. Bye.